everyone, and welcome back to Sip&Talk. First off, quick update, we're shifting from daily shows to weekly.
Yeah, gotta admit, the daily grind was getting a bit much.
Yeah.
Passion project, yes, but wow.
Totally. We actually might do a whole Sip&Talk just on that passion versus, burnout, but that's for another time.
Definitely.
So today, we've got a bit of an SOS from our good friend Mickey. You might know him from his YouTube channel, Mickytolife.
Oh, yeah. He's gearing up for a big European adventure. Sounds amazing.
It does, but he's hit a snag, like a real travel paradox. He's heard, and maybe you have too, that Europe, well, some parts can be hotspots for pickpockets and thieves.
It's a common concern.
Right. So his first thought was, okay, maybe I'll carry multiple wallets. Spread the cash, the cards, diversify the risk. Smart. Right.
It seems logical on the surface. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. But then he started thinking, wait a minute, if I have more wallets, does that just give thieves more targets? Does it actually increase my chances of getting hit?
The paradox. Is he safer guarding one thing fiercely, or is spreading it out better, even if it means more things to guard? Is there, a sweet spot?
That's the million-dollar question. So we figured, let's help Mickey unpack this. And honestly, this is useful stuff for anyone planning a trip over there.
For sure. It touches on this bigger idea of balancing how safe we feel versus the actual, statistical risk. And how do we manage our stuff, money, cards, passports, smartly when we're traveling?
So we've been looking into it, travel safety advice, some behavioral economics stuff, even reports on specific scams you might run into.
Yeah, the mission for today's Sip and Talk is basically to pull out the best, most practical bits of wisdom to help Mickey and you navigate travel security without, stressing out too much.
Okay, so Mickey's big question, more wallets is more security. Is that how it works? Let's dig into this whole diversification versus centralization idea first.
Right. So the argument for spreading things out, dispersing the risk, is pretty clear. If you've got, say, some cash in your front pocket wallet, an emergency credit card tucked in a money belt, maybe another stash back in the hotel safe. Then if a pickpocket nabs that front pocket wallet, it's bad. Yeah, but it's not catastrophic. You haven't lost everything. You still have backup resources. That alone can lower your stress level significantly.
Okay, that makes sense. Lessens the blow.
And then there's the decoy wallet concept. Have you heard of this?
I think so. It's like a fake-out wallet.
Exactly. You carry a spare wallet, maybe you put a small amount of cash in it, like 10 or 20 bucks, and maybe some old expired library cards or stuff that looks official-ish.
Okay.
If, worst case scenario, someone actually confronts you and demands your wallet, you hand over the decoy, they get something, hopefully they leave quickly, and your real valuables, your main cash, your important cards are still safe somewhere else.
Ooh, I like that. Kind of lowers the stakes in a scary situation.
Right. It minimizes the financial loss and, importantly, the psychological stress of the encounter.
Okay, the decoy wallet is clever. But what about just having, 3 real stashes? The front pocket, the money belt, the sock. Doesn't that get complicated? I can just picture myself constantly patting myself down like a maniac.
And that's the flip side. You totally hit on the main downsides. First, the management burden.
Yeah.
Keeping track of multiple locations, remembering what's where, constantly checking it can be exhausting.
And you might even forget where you put something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you get so used to checking, you become less aware of your actual surroundings. Plus, all that visible checking and padding, it might actually make you look more anxious, more like a tourist carrying valuables, which could, ironically, attract the wrong kind of attention.
Signaling I have things worth stealing.
Kinda. And here's the crucial part of the paradox. If those multiple wallets are all relatively easy to access, like different pockets in your backpack or maybe front and back pants pockets, then having more items does increase the overall chance that something gets stolen. You've just created more vulnerable points.
Okay, so that's the core of Mickey's worry. It's not just the number of wallets, it's how and where they're carried.
Precisely. If you have 3 wallets all just sitting in easily accessible pockets, you've tripled your surface area for risk, in a way. But if wallet #1 is for daily use in a front pocket, and wallet #2 with backup cards and cash is zipped into an inner jacket pocket, and maybe wallet #3 is a money belt under your shirt,
then the risk profile changes completely.
Totally. Those hidden, secure placements drastically reduce the risk for those items. The sweet spot isn't about a magic number like always carry 2 wallets. It's about a strategy. Carry what you need for the day, a reasonable amount of cash, maybe one main card in a relatively accessible but still secure spot, like a front pocket or a zipped purse compartment. Then put your backup resources, extra cash, other cards in truly hidden, secure locations.
Like the money belt or the hotel safe.
Exactly. That popular two-wallet strategy fits this mold. One for convenient daily spending, one emergency backup tucked away securely. It balances access and safety.
Okay, that distinction helps a lot. It's the security level of the location, not just the count. Now, shifting gears slightly, we're living in the 21st century. What about tech? Digital wallets, Apple Pay, Google Pay, those travel cards like Wise or Revolut. Doesn't that change the game?
Oh, absolutely. Tech adds a whole new layer to this. Using things like Apple Pay or Google Wallet on your phone means you might not need to carry much physical cash at all.
Which is huge. Less physical stuff to worry about, kind of like virtual dispersed risk, right?
Yep.
Your money's in the cloud, not just your pocket.
In a way, yeah. It definitely reduces the physical target. And then you have things like RFID shielding wallets or sleeves for your physical cards.
Right, to stop those electronic pickpockets.
Exactly. Thieves with scanners trying to grab your card info wirelessly. RFID blocking stops those signals.
Yeah.
And then you've got GPS trackers like AirTags. People put them in luggage, backpacks, even wallets sometimes.
For peace of mind, knowing where your stuff is.
Yeah, they use Bluetooth and crowdsourced networks like Apple's Find My to help locate lost items. But there are always catches with tech.
Okay, like what?
Well, the big one for digital payments is, what if your phone gets stolen?
Oh, right. Then they potentially have access to your digital wallet and all your other stuff.
Bingo. So having a super strong passcode or biometric lock on your phone and knowing how to remotely lock or wipe it becomes absolutely critical. That's your main line of defense there.
And the AirTags, they stop theft.
Not really. They help you find something after it's gone missing. But if a thief grabs your wallet, takes the cash, and ditches the wallet in a bin, the AirTag might lead you to the empty wallet. Still useful sometimes, but not a theft preventer.
Okay. And comparing cost. A good old-fashioned money belt is pretty cheap, right? Tech can add up.
Definitely. A money belt is still one of the most cost-effective anti-theft tools out there.
Okay.
So, practical tech advice, maybe use mobile payments, primarily where possible. Keep the physical cards you do carry in an RFID blocking wallet. Consider an AirTag for your bag, maybe, but don't rely on it solely. And absolutely nail down your phone's security lock screen remote wipe capability.
Got it. Secure the phone like Fort Knox. But, all this planning, all this tech, all this vigilance, it brings up another point. What about just enjoying the trip? How much security is too much? When does worrying about it suck the fun out of traveling?
That is such a crucial question. And it ties right into, believe it or not, behavioral economics. Our brains aren't always rational about risk.
How so?
We tend to overestimate dramatic but rare risks like getting robbed and underestimate common ones, maybe like tripping on uneven pavement. This can lead us to over-prepare for certain things and get really stressed. There's this thing called decision fatigue.
Okay.
If you're constantly thinking, is my wallet safe? Did I zip that pocket? Where did I put that card? Making dozens of little security decisions all day long, it wears down your mental energy. And ironically, being mentally exhausted can make you less observant and more vulnerable to actual threats.
Wow. So trying too hard to be safe could actually backfire?
It can. And there's often a gap between how safe you feel your subjective risk assessment and the actual data. You might feel super relaxed at a country considered safe and let your guard down too much, or be overly anxious at a place labeled dangerous, even if the specific area you're in is fine.
So how do you fight that mental drain?
Simple routines can help. Instead of checking your pockets every 5 minutes, maybe have a quick security checklist you run through once in the morning and maybe once in the evening. Check your main valuables or where they should be, then try to put it out of your mind and actually, see the sights.
Yeah, I don't want to be so busy checking my belt that I missed the Colosseum. Okay, let's talk about the actual places. Europe isn't one giant pickpocket zone, right? The risk must vary a lot.
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Some places, unfortunately, have a much higher reputation for pickpocketing and street scams than others.
Like where? Give us the rundown.
Well, based on travel reports and crime statistics, cities like Barcelona, Rome, and Paris consistently rank high for pickpocketing incidents, especially in crowded tourist areas. So those are generally considered high risk.
Okay, the big famous ones.
Often, yeah. Contrast that with, say, most Nordic countries. Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, or places like Switzerland. The risk there is generally much, much lower.
And do the pickpockets operate differently in different places?
Sometimes, yeah. There are regional tactics. In the Paris metro, for instance, distraction teams are common. One person asks you for directions or drops something, while their partner lists your wallet.
Sneaky.
In Rome, it's often about leveraging the sheer density of crowds near major sites like the Colosseum or Trevi Fountain. Barcelona's Las Ramblas is infamous. In Italy, you sometimes hear about stroller thieves using a baby stroller to conceal their hands or stolen goods. In Spain, the fake police scam is something to be aware of, people impersonating officers asking to see your wallet or passport. Real police usually won't do that on the street.
Fake police. That's bold. What about other scams that aren't just lifting a wallet, the ones that try to trick you more?
Oh yeah, there's a whole playbook of social engineering scams out there. They rely on psychology, creating urgency, making you feel sorry for someone, pretending to be helpful, or impersonating authority.
Like what?
Okay, common ones include the found ring scam. Someone finds a shiny ring near you, asks if it's yours, then tries to sell it to you cheap, claiming it's gold. It's always brass.
Ugh. The too good to be true.
Totally. Or street games like 3-Card Monte or the Shell game. They look easy. You might even see someone win, but they're always rigged, often with accomplices in the crowd. Just walk away.
Never play street games. Got it.
Then you have scams involving fees, taxi scams, the meter's broken, or they take a ridiculously long route. Always agree on a price beforehand if possible, or track the route on your phone's GPS. Or overpriced tourist trap restaurants. Check for menus with prices before you sit down. Watch out for hidden cover charges.
Good tips.
What else? There are ones that play on your goodwill or sense of duty. Fake petitions. Someone shoves a clipboard at you, asks for a signature for some cause, maybe distracts you while an accomplice goes for your pockets, and then they might demand a donation. Look for official credentials if someone asks for charity donations.
Right. Be skeptical of random street requests.
And sadly, there are scams that exploit vulnerability. Be cautious about leaving drinks unattended in bars or clubs due to the risk of spiked drinks. And be wary of online deals that seem too good, like fake apartment rentals where you pay a deposit and the place doesn't exist.
Wow. It's a bit daunting hearing all that.
It can sound like a lot, but remember, millions of people travel safely every year. The key is awareness, not paranoia.
Okay, so bring it back to Mickey and everyone listening. Let's get practical. Based on these different scams and risk levels, what's the concrete advice? You mentioned different zones.
Yeah, based on commonly reported incidents and general safety perceptions, and let me stress, this is about reported trends, not judging entire countries or peoples. We can kind of group areas to tailor your approach.
Okay, disclaimer noted. Let's hear it.
For what we might call high-risk zones, think the super tourist-heavy areas of Paris, like the metro near major landmarks, Barcelona, especially Las Ramblas, Madrid, watch for those fake police. Rome, Milan, Florence, crowded spots, watch for distractions like the stroller tactic. In these places, multi-layered defense is your best bet.
So decoy wallet.
Yep. Decoy wallet may be in an outer pocket, main wallet, cards, bulk cash in a secure anti-theft money belt under your clothes, or a neck pouch or similar. Emergency card may be hidden somewhere else entirely, like deep in your luggage or the hotel safe.
Maximum security mode.
Pretty much. Then medium high-risk zones. Maybe places like Prague, especially crowded areas of the subway, be aware of distraction tactics or fake navigation help. Or Budapest, particularly around train stations or night markets, reports mention drink spiking or dance floor distractions in some venues.
So what's the advice there? Still the money belt.
Maybe not full fortress mode, but definitely heightened awareness. Don't keep your wallet in your back pocket. Limit flashing your expensive phone in crowds. Be very wary of anyone trying to create a sudden commotion or getting overly friendly very fast.
Gotcha. Vigilance up a notch.
Then, medium risk zones. This could include places like train stations in Vienna or Berlin, maybe Munich during Oktoberfest, the Acropolis or subway in Athens, Lisbon's trams, Brussels Central Station, or stations in night markets in Warsaw or Krakow, where bar scams sometimes occur.
And the strategy.
Here, solid general awareness and common sense go a long way. Use front pockets, keep bags zipped, and in front of you in crowds, don't leave valuables unattended. Just don't make yourself an easy target.
Okay, and the low-risk zones.
Right. Low-risk zones, places like the Netherlands generally, though Amsterdam's red light district has its own specific things to watch for. Switzerland, very safe but also expensive, which might deter some types of crime. The Nordic countries we mentioned, Slovenia, Slovakia. Here, basic situational awareness is usually fine. Relax a bit more, focus on enjoying the culture.
That tiered approach is super helpful. It's not one size fits all. But beyond these specific zone warnings, are there general tips that work everywhere, like universal travel safety rules?
Absolutely. These are good habits anywhere in the world. First, think about your gear. A money belt, an RFID blocking wallet, maybe an anti-theft bag with features like slash-proof straps and locking zippers, brands like PackSafe, or Travel and make good ones. Choose what works for your style.
Okay, gear check. What else?
Segregate your stuff. Daily spending money, easily accessible but secure. Backups hidden away or in the hotel safe. Don't flash wealth. Leave the expensive watch at home. Don't pull out huge wads of cash.
Be low-key.
Exactly. Be alert in crowds, especially near choke points like train doors or escalators, and watch for those distraction techniques we talked about. Have an emergency plan. Know how to cancel your cards quickly. Keep that contact info separate from your wallet, maybe saved securely in your phone or email. Consider travel insurance that covers theft, but read the fine print. You often need a police report. Trust your gut. If a situation feels sketchy or someone seems off, just remove yourself. Don't worry about being polite.
Good advice. Intuition matters.
Definitely. Keep copies of important documents, passport, visa, both physical copies separate from the originals, and digital copies stored securely online, like in Dropbox or Google Drive. Use credit cards over debit cards when possible, as they typically offer better fraud protection. And let someone back home know your rough itinerary.
Wow, that's a comprehensive list. Okay, so wrapping this all up for Mickey and for all of us, it feels like protecting your stuff in Europe isn't just about how many wallets, but how you carry them, where you carry them, and just how much attention you're paying.
That's really the core of it. And Mickey's dilemma, this paradox, it's actually a great little snapshot of bigger ideas, isn't it? Risk diversification, how our own psychology shapes our choices, how tech impacts daily problems.
Yeah, it really is.
The knowledge is useful, but applying it thoughtfully, using critical thinking instead of just reacting emotionally, that's the key, especially with so much information flying around.
Totally. And it makes you think, right? These ideas about balancing risk, finding that sweet spot, managing resources, we probably use similar thinking or maybe should use it more in other parts of life. Investing, managing our digital lives.
Even relationships sometimes.
Maybe. Perhaps the ultimate travel hack isn't a gadget, but just understanding how our own minds work when we feel like we're under threat or just out of our comfort zone.
I love that. And it highlights how personal this all is, too. Your comfort level with risk, your travel style, it all shapes the best strategy for you. There's always more to learn, and hearing different takes always helps.
Exactly. So, Mickey, as you get ready for your amazing trip, we really hope this chat helps you feel more prepared and maybe a little less worried. Go have an incredible time.
Yeah, absolutely. And for everyone listening, we hope this Sip and Talk gives you some fresh perspective on managing risk, whether you're planning a European adventure or just navigating everyday life.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Sip and Talk. Stay informed, stay curious, and maybe double check where your wallet is right now.
Hey, while you're at it, make sure you're subscribed to Sip and Talk wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes. And definitely go check out our friend Mickey's adventures on his YouTube channel, Mickeytolife. We'll catch you on the next one.